Hi, this is Michael Fedlin, and this is the American Values blog. The reason I'm here today is because we're seeing some very, very un-American things going on in our Congress. First of all, we're in the middle of a once-a-decade redistricting process, but instead of making this equal and fair compact districts where you got a tug of war between the R's and the D's, and the more reasonable person can attract people beyond their base and win. The system is being gerrymandered, and so these weird shaped districts that favor only one side, in this case mainly the Republicans, are being designed so that it basically means that the Congress reps are picking the voter instead of the voter picking the Congress rep. And here's how that distorts everything. People show up in November and they expect to vote, right, to see who wins. But with a gerrymandered district, they're too late. It's already been decided who will win that election because it was done in the party primary, and those candidates are the ones who are the most extreme. Because to win a party primary, and I've been in several, both R and D, that you got to run to the extreme to win that primary. And it's gotten to the point where the extreme means falling off the cliff extreme. For example, we have Margie Taylor Greene that basically shouldn't be elected dog catcher. She's got zero knowledge of anything, but she'll stand up and make some political statement about how Democrats are, terrorists and awful, and they're Muslims, so they're a bomber, and holy mackerel, Andy, and get elected. And it's a safe district. So whoever wins that party primary in that district in 22 will win in November, no matter who shows up in November. Now, how is that helping America? Because people like that are not contributing to the Congress getting things done, reaching across the aisle, working things out. We've got all kinds of issues. We've got the COVID issue. We've got the, long-term, China, Russia, our economy, getting all this thing going. And political grandstanding is not going to solve a single thing. But in the past, it always been that reasonable people on both sides would come together and work it out. And now it's to the point where you get extremes on each side, won't talk to each other, nothing gets done. Who likes that? Russia likes that. China loves that, because we're sitting here stymieing ourselves with fake facts and phony issues, all to appeal to a narrow base to get that person elected, rather than doing what's good for the common Americans. I mean, my God, the only bipartisan thing we've had happen recently was the infrastructure bill by Biden. My God, a few Republicans, brave that they were, actually, realized that replacing 70-year-old bridges with new ones and fixing roads was good for all of us, whether you're an R or a D. And those people are being vilified by their party for actually voting for infrastructure that we haven't done in generations. Now, how crazy is that? Now, I guess not any more crazy than being against a vaccine, or against wearing a mask, or getting a vaccine that would solve the problem we're having with COVID. So this make it worse by telling people go drink bleach or do all these other stupid things that make it worse and not better. I mean, how is that making America better? We've got some real ignorance, and we have, even worse than that, the propaganda of fake facts, and people, just because a Democrat is in power, we have to be against vaccines? What? How does that make sense? Really? And if people are not going to get a shot, you'd threaten the rest of it. So this be against the mandate that would get people shot, so they would have less chance of dying from COVID. Now, how is that even pro-life, to be against a mandate to save people's lives from getting a thing that science has shown does protect people? Really? So we got a long ways to go, people. And so basically, I want you to get back to the American values. All of us are treated equal. We need to stop gerrymandering districts so we can have a vote in November that matters for both sides. I don't want an extreme lefty any more than I want an extreme righty. Neither one, or the vast majority of us Americans are in the middle somewhere, 80% of us. You know, it's those two fringe guys who are now getting elected because gerrymandering that will take effect in 2022. We got to change that, folks. And so stay tuned. This is the American Values, Michael Fatland. Till next time.